guys, how is it going? My- How's it going, guys? There we go. After some technological difficulties, we can finally do the intro now. This is Down the Rabbit Hole, where we talk about random folklore, urban legends, random people from history, weird history in general, and everything. We are sitting at my bed instead of my desk because I just didn't feel like walking over to my desk. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the Storyteller Sculpture, and this is in Birmingham, Alabama. Now, I am in Alabama, transplant. Currently live in the Nashville area. I was born and raised in Alabama until last summer when I moved up here to the Nashville area. And for privacy's sake, I'm not going to name my actual city here. But anyway, but today we're going to be talking about something that if you go to Five Points, this is basically an area in Birmingham, which the thing about Birmingham you have to remember is the areas you can afford to live in, you don't want to live in, and the areas you want to live in, you can't afford to live in. That's the thing about the Birmingham area, and a lot of people seem to forget that. But anyway, so this is the Five Points area, and this is a legend. I think my friend Charles, he would know more about it than me. He's been going through a lot of stuff, so y'all pray for him. But today we're going to be talking about um the sculptural fountain that was created in 1991 by a local artist here by the name of Frank Fleming. And although Fleming is considered a local figure by a half ram, half man, surrounded by woodland creatures to be in a southern tradition of storytelling, some people have thought that this ram-headed man holding a 9 foot um, long staff represented Satan, and the five frogs surrounding him symbolizes a pentagram. And this led to a lot of satanic rituals at the site. Although no evidence support these claims. So now finding research on this was a little bit hard, but I did my best and I was able to find some research to deliver enough for an episode. Might be a short episode, but we still have an episode coming out. But anyway, the Storyteller Fountain is located in the heart of Five Points, south of the Highlands United Methodist Church, Ward 20th Street South, 11 Court South, and Magnolia Avenue converge. Now, realistically depicted, fairy tale creatures gather around the storyteller, and the fountain has become a popular local landmark. Now, the original conception was for a piece of art to be commissioned in the South Side as a memorial to the murdered art dealer Malcolm McRae, who operated his signature house gallery in Haskin Williams' residence in 1312 South Street, 20th South Street. McRae's mom, Jane McRae, and some of his friends in the Five Point neighborhood envisioned a tiled border around the garden at Five Points with the encouragement of Cecil Roberts and the mayor Richard Arrington and his assistant Ann Adams. The idea blossomed in the commission of the sculptural fountain. Now, Roberts engaged the sculptor in Frank Fleming's to be designed to the piece to um at the side to save money to have it cast. Raising the money to have it cast. Now, Roberts thought as a way to create a place with a picture that can be taken that would immediately be identified as Birmingham. Now, after his death in 1990, the design was commissioned by a sculptor by the name of Frank Fleming through the Birmingham Art Association. Now, Fleming was originally planned for the central figure representing McRae to be a lion, and um, as he worked, he would change the figure to a ram. Now, Robert's friends and Jefferson County's Commissioner President John Catapodis took the project into Robert's memory. The money got raised, and through special events, it included a dinner hosting Frank Steele at the Highlands Bar and Grill. Now, the city of Birmingham would install this fountain base, while Jefferson County provided the remainder of the funds needed for the statue to be cast in bronze. And the New York Times even donated a fund to the Birmingham Museum of Arts to support the fountain's care and maintenance. Now, a plaque on the reads Cecil James Johnson Roberts, 1914 to 1990, humanitarian. So even before its dedication, the sculpture's central figure it was with the head of the ram along with the 5-point star centered was created by smaller figures and had been misinterpreted as having like pagan or satanic rituals. Now Fleming denied any association with the interview or the fun and stuff, saying that he intended that the figure has to be gentle, peaceful in attitude. And Mayor Richard Arrington, running for the first term in the 1991 Birmingham municipal election, delayed the unveiling at the fountain until after his election on October 8th. And Reverend Bellin Friday opened a dedication ceremony with a prayer, after which the heckler interrupted, shouting the statue was the work of the devil. Now, Caiapotis shouted that to him as he continued the dedication uninterrupted. The homeless community, which sometimes gathers at 5 Points South, has christened the figure Bob. Why is it everything time something is named Bob? And considered to be like a kindred spirit. Now, in June 2007, city workers drained the fountain and painted the interior below a figures and below these bright blue colors, and no creation has been given publicly to the change, which harshly criticizes the Birmingham News columnist John Archibald. And Archibald contacted Fleming about the matter, and the artist responded with, I guess these days when a city owns a piece of work, it can be a pedestal for whatever color it wants. Now, on July 2nd, the city began repainting the fountain's interior black, offering no explanation other than citing their own failure to get approval from the Birmingham Design Review Committee for the change. And the following week, the fountain was encircled by a chain link fence by the conservators of New York City, which began restoring and preserving the sculpture's bronze platinum, signs of the lens identified the conservation project in the Birmingham Museum of Arts. And a naked man was observed chanting to the fountain on the morning of September 19, 2018. He was eventually brought to UAB hospital for the psychiatric evaluation and everything. But routine maintenance has been done and is estimated between 25 to 5,000 per year. And in the spring of 2023, the museum undertook like a second major conservation project involving repairs to the water figure and restoration and everything. But that is our little piece of Alabama tidbit for us today. I personally don't. I don't know, guys. But that is it. Join me next time as we talk about the Des Children Playground. This is actually a thing. If you don't want to watch that one, you can bypass it. I completely understand. But I will see y'all next time.